An Italian MEP launched a furious attack on Brussels' response to the coronavirus pandemic, claiming that wealthy member states were exploiting the crisis that had badly hit countries Italy and Spain, and warning Italy may never trust the EU again. An Italian MEP delivered a scathing assessment of the EU's attempt to help countries badly hit by the coronavirus, claiming these were not acts of love or solidarity but acts of opportunism. Isabella Tavalieri issued the furious attack on Brussels' handling of the pandemic this week during a session in the European Parliament. She warned EU leadership that Italy will not trust the EU again after being abandoned and then exploited by Europe. The attack came as MEPs debated how the European Union needs to help countries and tackle the current crisis. Ms. Tavalieri said, "Based on the EU budget, we know the money will not come before next year. Far too late, in other words. To recover, we need resources right away and not in the form of loans. Lending money to those who cannot automatically repay it is not an act of love or solidarity but an act of opportunism. I am referring to the ESM, which was meant to be offered without conditionality." She continued, "But, 2 weeks on from the meeting, the truth is the ESM requires repayments of €4 billion a year, which means cuts to welfare and higher taxes. Italians will never this EU again. We don't want to find ourselves back here again with a Commission President coming to the plenary to offer an apology for excessive austerity as we did in solidarity with our Greek friends." This last point is a reference to European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen's surprise apology to Italy for failing to show solidarity with the member state in the early stages of the crisis. There is growing fury at how badly hit countries in southern Europe, namely Spain, Italy and France, have been treated by wealthy northern states like Germany and the Netherlands. The EU has offered up to €240 billion in special credit from its rescue fund, the European Stability Mechanism (ESM), to help states deal with the economic fallout from the virus. However, on Friday, it was revealed that Spain would join Italy in avoiding these bailout funds in all but a worst-case scenario across southern Europe. The ESM is known as the bailout fund that imposed heavy austerity measures during the region's debt crisis, particularly on Greece. In Italy, the government has said it will not resort to the ESM as countries like France, Spain and Italy demand a different recovery fund worth up to €1 trillion. These would be financed by the EU budget rather than by individual member state and provide grants instead of loans. The virus has killed nearly 60,000 people in Italy and Spain, and each country is forecast to suffer economic contractions of more than 9% this year. The 2021–2027 EU budget must be agreed on by the end of this year to become operational next January.